Hello, we're going to talk about a Ninja Turtles episode, that being Cockroach Terminator. And this one has more of the turtle-centered episode, as we get more of the brother dynamic of this episode for sure, but especially for Raphael. It's because Raphael is afraid of cockroaches, and Donatello has made a spy camera bullet cockroach he probably found. And they do live in a sewer after all. It all started when Raph's just trying to eat some noodles, sushi or something, and then a cockroach is like jump scares him, and then as this photo is shown, he's scared of it, and the turtles kind of just make fun of him, and Raph literally tries to kill the roach. But then when Donnie explains it, that they're going to spy on the Krang with a cockroach, it's then later that the turtles watch the cockroach through Donnie's computer, and then the cockroach sneaks into a Krang base, and things go wrong because I think they accidentally cause it to fall into a tank full of mutagen. And then the cockroach mutates into a cockroach mutant with the camera installed, and then he becomes this, as shown. And so then later, the turtles have to go find this creature while also finding out the Krang are building a machine to go into the Earth's core. And so while they're trying to find this Krang base, the turtles have to fight this cockroach. And he's really strong. He can track the turtles. He even targets Raph because Raph tried to kill him. It's just that cockroaches even want revenge, even are on the bad side. I feel like Ninja Turtles is common with bugged fiend villains. Like, it feels like it'd be the common mutant character you probably see. Not like the most important villain. Just like a basic villain, that's what I mean. And so Raph is he's constantly scared. Even when Mikey's he's even scared by Mikey when he does like a cockroach voice where he just goes, "Give me all your comic books and be nice." And then Raph ends up just yelling Mikey, and then it looks like he's gigantic, and he kicks Mikey because I guess Mikey's messing with him. And so then later the turtles do end up I think they do end up killing the cockroach, sort of. Well, they didn't. They just the cockroach tried to get into the shell raiser, but then they cut the saw off of him because apparently this thing has a saw, but then when they think they're still getting attacked, it stops. But then apparently the cockroach is frozen. He's molding. And then Raph taps it and goes, "You're not so tough." And then the head accidentally falls off, and then it breaks apart. And then it looks like the cockroach has got to his second stage of a cockroach. That being a giant worm thing, and Raph's just like, "Why did it have to be a cockroach?" He even said sorry to the cockroach, but it doesn't care. They even realize it wants him. I think the thing even captures Mikey, even when Raph tries to take the thing down. They end up going to the Krang base when they find it, and they end up getting stuck, and it's up to Raph, and he's using the stealth bike. We get some action with the stealth bike, which is really cool. And Raph basically saves Mikey, and then finally decides to stand up for his fears, as I think this is the lesson of the episode. And Raph ends up destroying the cockroach with the Krang. It looks like they're ready to go into the Earth's core with a giant laser. But then later, as the turtles then have a victory, well, by the way, I like the part where Raph ends up throwing the football helmet up he's wearing while riding the stealth bike, and he ends up throwing it high in the air. And it looks like it's gone, but then it comes back on Raph's head. That's the part where he catches it, and then the turtles then drive away as the days say they destroyed the Krang base, and then it looks like the cockroach is gone after it explodes because of Raph, but then it's revealed to still be alive and has its third stage. I don't think we ever see the cockroach after that. I think we see him cameo in an episode of season 2. I think it's the Metalhead episode. So what do I think about this episode? I really like it. It's not the best episode. It shows that the show is trying to still have storylines, taking a break from like the Shredder stuff, and they're still having the Krang though, but it's still cool. And I like how we're getting other villains other than the Krang, and it looks like it's one of the more, I guess, bugged fiend villains. Like we got Spider Bite, Snakeweed, and we also got this Cockroach. I do have his toy. I got it years ago. It's a really good toy, actually. I really like the saw feature of that toy. I don't know where I put it. I think it's with my turtle stuff. And this episode, I think I'd give us like a 7 out of 10. I like how we get a different side to Raph. Like he's actually afraid and being the brooding brother of the turtles. And I'd definitely like to see these episodes like this more. So, thanks for watching, and Turtle Power.